So, it really is an honor standing here to bring to you a very short address, and the address will do two things. I'll start with the easy part, which is to say to you, congratulations for ensuring that you spent your time doing this kind of training. Because you could have chosen to be elsewhere, you could have spent your time doing other things, and I'm getting whispers that some of your colleagues chose to be elsewhere doing other things. But you are here and you spent the 2 days learning, and I went through the program, learning some real fundamental, critical things to help you do what is the second thing I want to talk about. And that is addressing a challenge that truly is a challenge. Substance use and substance misuse is by no means an easy thing to treat with. Why is it not an easy thing to treat with? Because most of us on a daily basis deal with challenges. You know, the division is health, wellness, and social protection. And the social protection part speaks about treating with shocks. What are shocks? Those are the things that cause you to not be. Those are the things that cause you to worry. Those are the things that cause you to be unhappy sometimes. Those are the things that cause you to make decisions where, honestly, it is easier to pick up the drink or to pull the blunt than it is to treat with the problem. And we are in a society where talking about and trying to find ways to deal with whatever the shock is, whatever the problem is not seen as positive. You know, you talk about going to therapy and the first thing they ask you is if you're crazy. You know, you talk about going to therapy and if we are honest, the first thing some of you will even say is, but did you pray? You talk to God as if you are now a less of a Christian, for example, because you need the additional help. Unfortunately or unfortunately, these same quote-unquote coping mechanisms are the coping mechanisms that we teach our children. So you are coming up against a battle that may be generational. You are coming up against a struggle that you may also be dealing with internally. But you spent the last 2 days here showing that you are committed to helping us win that battle. And I am really, really happy that the members of staff at the Department of Social Protection as a whole, but in the behavioral health units, have taken the really difficult task of trying to change human behavior. But we are doing it from the ground up. Because if you could instill in your charges in your preschools the lessons that we hope they learn, the coping mechanisms that we hope they are able to use, then we will not need the drug rehab later on. So in the other task, as I said, I wanted to do two things. It was to thank you for being here, but to also thank you for being a partner in this Herculean task that we are charged with. And all of this goes back to this thing that this Tobago House of Assembly is trying to do. And there's a reason we have these big banners that, it seems like if the big banners at the end, the big banners say the same thing over and over. But it is because we want you within your being to internalize this mandate that we have for this island. And that mandate is to make it the greatest little island on the planet. And you would not believe how much you being a preschool teacher administrator is helping us create this greatest little island on the planet. And in addition to teaching the ABCs and the 1, 2, 3s and to holding the pen on the pencil, you have now added one more thing to the list of things that you are going to help us do. Thank you. Thank you in advance. Thank you for the sleepless nights that you will have, that you will continue to have, because it takes a special kind of human being, listen, to deal with them picking on that size. Listen. It takes a special kind of human being to venture into that. And it takes an even more special human being to add this to your tasks of responsibilities. So on behalf of the entire Tobago Housing Assembly, on behalf of the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection, thank you so much. And together, we really will work on making Tobago the greatest little island on the planet.